The Subaru Outback is unquestionably a recognizable crossover. Whether it's the outward appearance, its impeccable reputation for its versatility and utility, or the fact that year in and year out, you know exactly what you're receiving, as the brand has never deviated away from what this vehicle is all about. The 2023 model does arrive with a new look, as Subaru ushers in a mid-cycle refresh for its best-selling model. However, it's no less capable or desirable than last year, and in fact might be a great option when purchasing a new crossover. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2023 Subaru Outback. Out of all the vehicles that can be found in the Subaru lineup for 2023, it's the Outback that offers a package, trim, and/or capabilities that meets the demands of consumers in the crossover market. And it's this year more specifically where the Outback is a perfect candidate for a wide range of buyers. For 2023, you have 9 trims to choose from, including the base model. And with that, you can decide whether to opt for a naturally aspirated or turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, cloth, leather, Nappa leather, or Subaru StarTech's water-resistant fabric upholstery. And if you found the Outback to not be rugged or off-road worthy enough in the past, the new Wilderness trim checks off all the boxes. Where the Outback surprises the most is with its ride quality, while still retaining the ability to tackle terrain besides pavement. While we do believe the XT models are the more desirable route to go down thanks to the 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque, you may find a premium or limited with a 2.5 to be more than adequate. But it should be worth mentioning that since Subaru utilizes a CVT, you won't have the crisp and smooth accelerations when choosing the less potent powertrain. When it pertains to the driving dynamics, as expected, there is some body roll when cornering, as the Outback does not have a lower center of gravity. But when traveling down city streets with potholes and imperfections, the suspension manages them quite well to keep you and your occupants comfortable. Even if you decide the Wilderness is the Outback for you, the all-terrain tires and off-road suspension doesn't take too much away from the on-road performance, where you may question whether you made the right decision or not. A recurring theme for Subarus in the 2020s is the emphasis and focus on soft-touch materials for the dashboard and armrests. Ever since the switch to Subaru's global platform, sound deadening, comfort, and a premium quality has taken center stage, and has become an underrated aspect of the Outback and other vehicles that wear the Subaru badge. Regardless of the trim, when you step inside and get behind the wheel, you're greeted by a cabin that has the refinement of an entry-level luxury crossover, which is a stark difference when compared to some Japanese and American rivals. The power-adjustable and heated leather seats for the limited XT we had reviewed provided more than enough support and bolstering. But having featured a number of different trims in the past, we become accustomed to find that the Outback is one of the more accommodating crossovers in this segment. Then as you take a glance at the infotainment system, the 11.6-inch touchscreen dominates the center portion of the dashboard. And despite the lack of physical buttons, this head unit does become easier to use with time. Compared to prior model years, Subaru has made some minor tweaks to improve functionality, such as adding an icon for auto start stop, which used to be embedded in the menus. But also for 2023, the climate control settings have been cleaned up and facelifted to make it easier for the driver to find their ideal amount of ambient comfort. Available for 8 out of the 9 trim levels is a wireless phone charging pad, which complements the wireless Apple CarPlay compatibility. And to add another layer of safety besides the rear backup camera with trajectory, optional is reverse automatic braking. When compared to some rivals, the Outback may not be the most tech-driven, especially with the lack of a full digital gauge cluster. But where Subaru is at their best is prioritizing the interior comfort. Subaru's philosophy throughout the years is not to mess with a successful formula, as fundamentally the Outback has remained relatively the same throughout the generations, keeping its station wagon frame and only seeing minor changes when necessary. 2023 does bring in a new look, as Outbacks not wearing the Wilderness badge experience a scale back on the plastic cladding up front, as the molding isn't as aggressive as last year, but still more than noticeable, as it outlines the rearranged LED fog lights that now sit closer to center, and works its way up into the LED headlights. 2023 also ushers in a sportier and eye-catching grille that adds a bit more character than last year. And with the sharpened headlight housings, the Outback has a distinguishable road presence that will certainly garner some attention. The side profile also receives a very subtle refresh, as the plastic cladding that encompasses the wheel arches has been enhanced to protect the paint when going off-road. Then coming around to the back, unless you know the Outback really well, there's no significant difference between the 2023 model and last year, except for the reflectors that now run horizontal rather than vertical. But that detail is so insignificant that it shouldn't be noteworthy. LED taillights will give this crossover a modern look, and as we've seen throughout the last few years, the exhaust outlets are tucked beneath the bumper to keep the rear fascia design looking clean and minimalistic. The crossover trend goes far beyond practicality. Americans, whether they intend to ford through a river, drive in a blizzard, or camp deep in the woods, are fixated on capability, even if they'll never use any of it. In a market filled with crossovers and SUVs that are equipped with all-wheel drive, many brands don't offer it as a standard feature. In fact, you may spend an additional $1,500 to $2,500 just to upgrade from front-wheel drive, which is a steep asking price for a buyer who may be on a budget. Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive has become a household name, and is often looked to as being the best option to take on harsh winters. And by having this at your disposal at all times, it does give you the confidence and reassurance that the Outback will get you safely to your destination. Then throw in the Outback's class-leading 8.7 inches of ground clearance, and there should be no problem traversing dirt roads with obstacles in the way. But this versatility also translates to being a family-friendly crossover, as its 32.6 cubic feet of room behind the second row seats is plenty of space for luggage or gear when going on an outdoor adventure. And with the amount of leg and shoulder room for passengers in the back, the Outback can certainly be a road trip vehicle, especially with the Wilderness trim, which has a max towing capacity of 3,500 pounds and a ground clearance of 9.5 inches to be one of the more versatile crossovers in this market. We've debated quite a bit on whether the Subaru Forester is actually the better crossover within the family, rather than the Outback. However, being the brand's bestseller, the Outback goes the extra mile in a multitude of ways that has appealed to many Americans for years. Not only is its station wagon-like road presence unique in today's automotive world, but its welcoming interior and optional turbocharged 4-cylinder brings a classier demeanor and also improved capability when it pertains to the on-road performance. Its practicality, comfortable ride quality, and even pricing makes it suitable for buyers. And now with its wide range of trims, you can easily find the right Outback for you and your family. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2023 Subaru Outback. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying an Outback or any other crossover, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.